It is important that we know where we come from, because if you do not know where you come from, then you don't know where you are. And if you don't know where you are, you don't know where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, you're probably going wrong. Terry Pratchett from I Shall Wear Midnight. Good evening or morning, everybody. Sorry, there's a little bit of a technical hiccup. You can still watch on any of my other channels, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. I am streaming on Twitch now, so you can go there. It's dashboard.twitch.tv. No, wait. Sorry, twitch.tv/Baldcam. You can find it in the description box on YouTube. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out, so just bear with me a few minutes just so I can figure it out. I got no notification from YouTube that they're streaming either, so that looks like I am part of the purged. That sucks. Well, I'll just go ahead and leave a link to the Twitch. You could watch it on Twitch, or you can watch it on DLive. Hi, Grant Jarvis. You can watch it on vim.tv as well. So give me a second here. This sucks, but it's something we're gonna have to deal with. All right. So for those that don't see me, you may have to watch here. Man, that is annoying. Well, there's that, and there's also DLive where you can watch. So I'll try to find my DLive address real quick. It's also there. Or here. But, I mean, you can see that the YouTube chat is working through Restream, just not the actual stream itself. Alright, so those are two places you can watch it, where you can actually interact with each other in chat. If you don't care about that, you can also watch on vim.tv and also on Periscope. Any of those places right now, it seems like YouTube does not want you to watch me on their platform. Alright, so let me do my usual bit, I guess. Let's see. I'm trying to make this quick. Here you go. You can easily see that it's still waiting for me to start. What day is today? Yeah, it is the 5th now, right? Okay, so it still hasn't started yet. You can still see my chat. At any rate, you can always leave a donation to me if you want. All of my material is free. You don't get any extra content or anything different than anybody else. Everyone just gets the same thing. Sometimes you can't watch certain things on YouTube because I'm still streaming on YouTube. So you may find me uploading a video that was copyright striked or blocked or whatever, and I just remove certain content. So if you actually want to watch full content of all my videos, right now it seems like DLive will show it. If you get notifications that I'm streaming to watch it, you can watch all of my stuff on LBRY afterwards. I upload all my content there. Those are blockchain platforms. And of course, I got millions of other, not millions, a couple of other places where you can see my live streams and my videos. So you're just gonna have to rely on that and not on YouTube. You can also always join me on my shows, whatever I'm talking about. Sometimes I do ask you to wait for me to finish saying just kind of some of my stuff or my presentations that I have. So you may be in the waiting room. You can always join me on the Zoom meeting, or you can call in. All right, so donations. Yeah, Bitcoin. It's been $0 of cryptocurrency donations for over 18 months, but only on Bitcoin and Vertcoin. I do get stuff over on D Live for Lino, and I think I still have some Steam credits, but I don't really use them. You can see on the blockchain explorer and all transactions. These are 2 transactions where I took money out of Patreon to give to CC Dawson. There's also a video on it, and also you can check my Vertcoin. Still $0. That's fine. I have people donate via Google Super Chat. They take a big chunk, but if I'm not live and you do want to donate, you can donate via PayPal.me. Beginning at the first video of the month, I disclose how much I received for the previous month total and all donations in total with Google Super Chats and PayPal. Starting, and that only started on September 22nd, 2019. If you don't have any money and you think the globe Earth has been proven, then you can sue or get money from Zen Garcia. You maybe sue him, prove it in court, get $15,000. Should be easy, right? Just donate to me a 10% finder's fee. It's hard to get in touch with scheduling, but I am trying to help out with zoomtruth.com. It's the Flat Earth People Finder. So go ahead and sign up, register there. It's great. And let's go ahead and just chat. Hey, Shirley. Oh, nice to see you. And D Live, there's Plain Truth, Port from Co-op still on YouTube. Yeah, you could probably watch on my other channels, right? That I'm streaming from. And and just chat on YouTube. I think that's funny. Hi, Sudi Granite. I'm still this is my first live stream on Twitch, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. I clicked on the name and added friend, but now I can't see the rest of my chat there. That's just plain weird. Anyways, I just wanted to make this a short video now and just have a little bit of an anecdote here. Now, I had a notification that okay, Shirley joined that set a long time ago. That's good. Very colorful palette of colors and stuff over on the Restream stuff. Anyways, sorry, segueing. So I got notification a couple days ago that the Wilkinson WMA stands for Wildlife Management Area. We're releasing pheasants. Now in Nebraska, you can only harvest or hunt and harvest the redneck pheasants, the roosters, not the hens. So I had time on Wednesday, which was yesterday, during the late morning to go, and I thought I'd check it out. So I go with my shotgun and I check it out, and I see a couple of hens, a handful, but since I can't hunt and harvest them, I keep going. And I see a lot of shotgun shells spent on the ground, and they're fresh. Otherwise, you can usually tell where the old ones are because they're just kind of buried under because of the weather, since it is nearing winter. Or wait, it is winter. Sorry. No, wait, it's not winter yet. Sorry. And I see a lot of tracks for deer and other animals, but I couldn't find any roosters. I saw one rooster carcass, and I was like, well, it seems kind of unsporting. Like people would go there probably the day after the release, whenever they released it, because it was Thanksgiving weekend. So whether it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever, I guess people were just waiting, and they just go out there, and these spent shotgun shells were really close to the road, basically where you would park your car. And it's like, huh, they must have just gone there, and like all the roosters are probably horny. It's like, oh man, we're just out in the wild, released, and there's so many hens out here. It's like, I'm just gonna strut around, do my thing, and then bam, they get shot and killed. And I'm just thinking of this, like, man, that's not very sporting. So I keep walking because I just want to see if there's any more to hunt, and I don't see any roosters. See hens and all that, and I'm like, I come back and I'm just wondering. And as I'm walking around, I'm just wondering, why are we stalking pheasants? Shouldn't there just be so many pheasants around? I mean, I'm in Nebraska, Columbus, Nebraska, and it's farmland. And there's so much stuff that animals can eat, right? And there should be just so many animals around everywhere. I mean, survival of the fittest, whatever. You would think they would leave the paradise of islands and the Caribbean and whatever, and go out where all the food is grown, the grain is grown, and stuff like that. No, not even the birds. Some of the Arctic terns. Is it the Arctic terns? No, not. Some seagulls. I do see seagulls here in Nebraska, which is funny because I was like, wait, we don't have an ocean around here for miles. I mean, hundreds, if not thousands of miles. And it's just weird seeing seagulls, but they do seem to migrate here. And I'm like, wow, that's weird. And I guess there's stuff to eat here. So I mean, if seagulls are coming down during the summer to middle of Nebraska, far away from the sea, it's like, well, there's got to be a reason to be around here, right? But yeah, I don't see a lot of wild turkeys, a lot of birds. I mean, I think if you go more towards the west, towards Colorado and Wyoming, you'll definitely see a lot more wildlife. But like in farm country, I would think that there's a lot of stuff there. Who knows? Maybe they get hunted out. But I don't know. It just seems like there's just not enough sustainability. Where are we? Where we don't have enough sustainability, or if we did, what happened, and who's to blame, and why are we not doing anything about it? Of course, there's more to that. I mean, it's just a really weird thing to just start thinking about certain things. Oh, sorry to hear that, Shirley. That was quick. I mean, after talking to you, are you all right? Come on in if you want to talk. You don't have to be alone. I mean, what happened at that? I thought things were going good. Sudi, granted, I don't have any money to buy tokens or whatever they are. Don't worry about it. You can always view me on other areas. I mean, you found me here, so. Anyways, that's sad news to hear, Shirley. I'm sorry. I think my time is almost up too. I think so, unfortunately. But we'll see. Everyone has to go sometime, right? But I think while we're here and where we don't really know where here is, right? We find joy if we can. I mean, we're born into this world, wherever we are, whatever this is, without us saying anything. And when we do want to have a say in anything, when we do grow up and we start asking questions about where we are, why are we here, and what are we doing, where are we going, on all this other stuff, we're censored. It's like, hey, look, all this stuff doesn't make sense. Can I ask a couple questions? And they go, no. We told you exactly what this world is. It's like, yeah, so here's some questions about that. It's like, can you answer me this? They go, look, we gave you the answers. Now go back to work. Wait, what's the point of all this work? I'm going to miss him, and went back and forth about Trump. Yeah, I think those are going to be some good memories. I mean, those are the things that we find joy in, is the memories. The memories that are worth keeping. Unfortunately, sometimes with traumatic experiences, we remember the trauma or the bad experiences more than the good. But then because in some ways that's growth, right? We remember the bad things that happen to us, the bad things we do to others, and we realize that we didn't like it, but that we don't want that to happen again. We don't want to do that to others again. We don't want that stuff that happened to you personally from others to happen to those that you care about, and so you try to prevent it. So it does help with growth, but then most of the things that you end up cherishing are just the moments of just joy, and those are usually the little things. Usually it's not anything big, just all these little frivolities and stuff like that. So 31 years, that's a long time. I think, let's see, me and my wife been married 7 years now. Yeah, I think so. 7 years. It passes by quick. Having kids, that time passes by quick. And people should stop to think and just reminisce about all the happy stuff and try to get more of that. And it's a rarity. Oh, wow. Hi, DLive team. Being featured on DLive homepage. Wow. They've never been featured on anything. That's interesting. But for those that are on DLive, well, I usually do a topic, and sometimes they're pretty usually they're pretty much informal, and you can always come on in and talk with me. All my information is free, and heck, sometimes I don't even have information. I just sometimes I just moderate, so you can always come on in. There's a Zoom meeting link here, which I guess copy link location, and I'll go ahead and paste it. So if anyone does want to join, you can join on this session. Oh man, I'll have to go and get it from Zoom. Copy URL. Alright, so you can do that if you want to join, and you can also have a call-in if you want. The call-in number, if you want to know it, just go ahead and type it in chat. So, alright. And for this one, it's just fairly simple. It's just, where are we? I mean, everything that everyone has ever told us about where we are and what our history was, it just doesn't seem to add up when we look at it and question it and scrutinize it, and it's weird. Um, I will. Um, but I think if there's something that's gonna happen to me, I'm okay with it. I'm really ready to see what's next. I don't want to leave, however, because there's so much here that I found that I find joy in, and there's more to be done here, I think. But it's death as the next step is just like I think a lot of people feel the same way. It's like, well, what's next? Let's go and see what's next, because this here is just kind of bunk, whatever this is. Um. Oh, sorry, Shirley. So the call-in number. You're more in New York. So let me give you that info. Dial by location. Put on a Twitch. So that's the number, Shirley. And whether you're a globe earther, you believe in the globe, or you realize that the globe Earth model is kind of screwy, um, or if you believe in a flat Earth, or know it's flat or whatnot. I mean, that just kind of shows you the shape, but really, what's the history behind this shape? What's our real history? I mean, let's say the Earth is flat, and well, we've been lied to for a very, very long time, at least it seems. So, where are we exactly if it is flat? Now, hey Shirley, how's it going?
It's going fine, but let me turn this up.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, yeah, it was just we look back. It was going on for a while, for like since the summer. He stopped because he had his own business,
Mm-hmm.
and that was kind of stressful because the other people didn't want to. Well, his partner didn't want to communicate with the other people that worked there. He had that problem, and then he started forgetting his bills and stuff, paying them. And I'm like, something's not right here. So one day, it was like, and he went to the hospital on my birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
He
know.
laid it Saturday. He was laying on the floor, and I was like, "Can you get up?" He said, "Yeah, I can get up." He kept saying this. I said, the next day, on my birthday, I said I got dressed and I had to wait for my son to come up, and I took him to the hospital. He wound up having a blood infection. He has the worst form of staph infection.
Hmm.
It went into his bloodstream, and he never told me he had kidney problems. And then he was taking antibiotics here, and I told him you shouldn't take them because that's not for whatever it is you have.
Yeah.
Because he broke out in all these sores, and he was leaking and stuff, and he swelled up even more. And they really worked on him. Cause for him not to have insurance, they really worked on him at the hospital. They was doing everything, but the antibiotics, what they did, the infection did, it ate up his stomach with the antibiotics in it and went down to his intestines and down to his bowels. So when they found that out, when he took the bowel movement, they saw blood.
Oh.
So then they did a testing, and yeah, and then they infected his organs. That infection killed his kidney and his liver. And he just couldn't. I knew he wanted. He was ready to go. He was tired. He was really tired because he was the sole provider.
Yeah.
Even when I was working, he was still a sole provider. So he was just tired. And the only thing is, he didn't get to hold his new grandbaby. And he saw on FaceTime, and that just made his day while he was sick at home for a bit.
Yeah.
But I told him, you have to get out of here. I don't want you dying here. Yeah, because then my son got the job with GM. They came off strike and then they contacted him, so he got that. He started this week, so they understood. We got him a letter saying his father passed away, and they say, well, he can come in on Monday because he's doing training this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good union, though. They fought with the temporary workers. They making them permanent.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. The UAW, they good.
Yeah.
Because not all unions are good. They all benefit themselves, the one at the top. They do. Yeah. And I'm like, it's a shame in this country because they say, well, where he got the medicine? I say he ordered it from overseas. He knew what kind of medicine he took, his blood pressure and stuff. But if he didn't take those antibiotics and he didn't listen and he didn't want to go to the doctor, I said, you are so hard-headed. And I talked to an old friend of his he grew up with, this woman, and she said, yeah, he was hard-headed since he was a kid. He just did things his way. And he loved that Frank Sinatra song, I Did It My Way, because it's a really beautiful song. Because he think of himself. Yeah. But I'm going to let some talk about that power because he get up there. He would go, I don't want to talk to you about Trump no more. Then the business a couple of days there. What about Trump? Trump, well, this is going to happen to Trump. And that I said, look, that ain't going to happen to Trump. He ain't doing anything. Ain't just all that stuff is manufactured. I told you a while back, I said NDAA, the news can give us propaganda. That's it. And they doing a good job at it. I don't know how people still falling for it.
Yeah.
And Hillary coming to my Bernie was tied with the Russians. She did an interview with somebody. I mean, she sound crazy saying this stuff. Well, to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And ain't nobody talking about climate change, what they doing with the food, and I'm sick of all these cancer hospital commercials on TV.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they advertise that you're going to get freaking cancer. They mention cigarettes, but they never mention what's in the food.
Yeah. I was watching, because we watch streaming. We don't have any cable anymore. So we're watching one of these shows. And it's free if you go to like NBC or wherever and you watch the shows. They have those. You can watch it for free, but they have those ads on. And usually those ads that they show just repeat themselves. And one of them was just a pharmaceutical commercial that repeated itself. And I was like, I think this is torture. I mean, if I was in hell and they're going to torture me, I think if they just showed pharmaceutical commercials, I don't know what's worse, whether just repeatedly watching just one pharmaceutical commercial or watching all pharmaceutical commercials that come up randomly. I don't know which one's worse, but they're both equally horrible.
And then the side effects they mention, it's like, I don't want to take that crap. But some people fall for that crap. Like, I'm going to go to my doctor and ask, can I take this stuff? No, I took medicine I wasn't supposed to take. I got to get oral surgery on my mouth. I may have to wear dentures. I'm only 54 years old.
Yeah.
That thing messed up my mouth. And I'm like, I'm thinking about filing a lawsuit, 2 different doctors, because the second one, rheumatologist, put me on that medicine twice a day, and I should have never been taking it. I had to go to a third rheumatologist telling me, are you on paper? When he gave me paperwork to fill out, he got pictures of your hands, legs, where you hurting there. You really go to them for when you're in pain, because my mom, she has to go because she has the systemic lupus. So she be in pain, so she has to take it. Then she stopped sometimes taking it because I told my mom, when you said you was getting dark in your skin, that's what I was doing. I was getting real dark, and I didn't even notice it. One of my family said, I thought she was African. I didn't know that was her in that picture. She got really dark. Somebody called and said, are you okay? I said, I'm fine. Just when the doctor said blood working, everything's cool. Yeah, but I know if I didn't feed me and Curtis the way we did without all that, with the antibiotic-free stuff, I think it probably would have been worse just because he took them antibiotics. That's what did it, because it made him seem like he was antibiotic resistant. And they just they was eating at his stomach and then went into overdrive and went too much intestines. I was like, oh my God. And he had a lot of fluid in his body too, and his kidneys, because kidney failure running his family. His mom had it, but I didn't know he had it. I didn't know what the doctor told me. He don't tell you anything, and we was telling him for months, go to the doctor, something's not right. Yeah. He broke out in these stores. It looked like it was a flesh-eating disease.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was really bad. I was like, you getting out of here, because you landed on you going. I said, I'll never forget my 54th birthday, November 17th. I took you to the hospital. And he said, I could get up, and then the paramedics come, because he didn't have no clothes. So then when they get, he going to put my underwear on. I said, I was trying to do that all day. And they said, you lost your privacy, sir, when we got that call. He didn't fight him, because they could, if he was combative, they wouldn't take him and say he didn't want to come. But he wanted to come. He knew he was really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just said, I have insurance. I gotta get medical bills. I said, boy, a lot of people get medical bills. They just ignore them because they can't pay them.
Yeah.
Can't pay them.
We're seeing that
This
a
is the
lot.
country we live in. Yeah.
Can you mute the background, Shirley? I think I'm here. Oh no, I think that might just be the mic.
I did mute it. I first did it when I first came in. I still had to mute on. I normally have it mute when I call in.
Yeah. I think it's just when you're talking and I talk. I think it just it's just feedback there. That's okay.
Yeah, I had Twitch for a long time. I just said, I'm like, well, I'm here in the join. People, I ain't seen many people here. I see Jordan Sheridan's on here.
Yeah.
But he's offline.
It's really weird. I got no notification about YouTube, but YouTube chat works, but my YouTube ain't streaming. Even though it's set up.
Funny stuff again.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are gonna probably experience that stuff. But that's good.
Because they doing a purge.
Yeah, it's good though. I think D-Live deserves it. All these other platforms deserve a lot more content creators that come around, whether it's playing video games, playing movies, playing shows, talking about politics, whatever it is. I mean, for me, it's just questioning what the heck is going on? Where are we? Who are we?
Yeah.
Where are we going? Where do we go afterwards? Why do people lie to us? Why can't we change anything to make things better? If things have got worse, I'm almost starting to think that
we got to get money out of politics, and we got to get out on the streets of protest. But how long that protest has going on in Paris for? A year now?
It's been there for a long time.
They celebrated the anniversary, and it's still going on.
Yeah. And those in power, no one really does anything that's very violent anymore. So the people in power just wait it out. I mean, it's like, hey.
And because if you ain't doing anything, you get them scared. The FDR got scared during the Depression, and he locked up bankers he knew. You know, he said we got to give the people what we want. So what they want, he gave Social Security. And they want to take that now. And I don't know how they're going to do that. People worked it before that. That's what they worked all their lives. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I think another good question is what's going to happen to people who can't pay? I mean,
the insurance?
Anything.
I think they want to put us in like the Holocaust and like not the chambers, but lock us up and stuff like that. I think they want to do black people like that because they fighting for these immigrants. They don't want to do nothing for us. And Trump is the only one that came out and said these black people built this country. They need to be recognized for it. They need to be. And no, I didn't even see the black politicians say that. And I have not seen it. And they made something about that. They had to make it negative. I said it wasn't negative, it was positive. At least he gave us credit. And we deserve it. That White House was built by the slaves. Everything here was built by slaves. Harvard, they had the railroads. Mm-hmm. With John Henry. Yeah, we didn't learn our history. I'm learning a lot of stuff now. And I ain't learning in school. And Benjamin Banneker was an architect. He was a former slave, and that's how Washington was built when it was first built up. Every president was in that White House, and they do nothing for us.
It's
and they just fight for immigrants. I have no problem with immigrants, but if they come here illegally, but I know the Mexicans are in California because Compton is not like it used to be. It's not Ice Cube and all of them now.
Mm-hmm.
They burning up black people homes and putting them out their neighborhood. Yeah, I seen that. I thought somebody was lying,
Mm-hmm.
but I looked it up and I said, "Dang, they really over there doing that." They said it's totally different. Yep.
Where do all these people go? Do they just die off? Is that just
Who?
hidden from people? I don't get it.
And the immigrants come here, they get welfare, they get free health care, and we've been here all our lives and been asking for free health care for God knows how long, but we can't get it. But you saying y'all don't have the money, but you want to bring the immigrants in to take care of them.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense. I'm not like it. I don't mind the legal ones. They went to school or class or whatever and learned, and they, during 4th of July, they get sworn in, becoming new U.S. citizens. But the ones that come in here legally, man,
Why do you what's your thoughts on why they like to push people to just migrate all over the place?
No, but what the thing is, and then another thing,
Hey man, go
we
ahead.
in their countries, destroying their countries,
Yeah.
because they were living well before we can go there, and so they like, hey, we gonna go where the country that took our country out, we gonna go there, and they gonna have to help us. And then they want to erase blacks, because blacks right now are not really voting for Democrats anymore, but they say that they're tired of it. They are tired of it, because they never always say they help the LGBTQ community, DACA, immigration, they're working on that too. And it's like, when we say something, oh, well, we'll come up with something like HR 40. No, no. Because they want to add everybody else in with it, with just us. They don't want to just put us, they don't want us to have anything.
Yeah.
And then they come up with a new name for a new title for an article. Well, can America give the former slaves the $8 reparations? Yeah, you can. You wouldn't even said it.
Yeah.
Decades ago. Israel, we still giving them $100 million, something like that a year, and that's made by the Federal Reserve, and they really ain't got no money.
Yeah.
And they got free health care, free school.
Yeah, we give billions to like Israel.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. and I heard they got one of the best Arabic learning schools in the country.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I think it was Obama's administration. They gave some reparation money to the Native Americans.
Yeah. Yeah.
But none to the blacks, even though he was half one.
No, they ain't. No, they just. I just don't know. I just don't understand it, and I really believe we invent a lot of stuff we use every day in this country. Because the Smithsonian said if it wasn't for African Americans, this country would not be thriving. Because I've been learning about the things that African Americans made and invented, and they couldn't get patents, so the white man took that from us, and they making billions off it, and our ancestors our wealth not being passed down of what we built. They're making money off of it. There's a lot of stuff that was made that we did, and we don't appreciate every day. Yep. So nobody knows. We're not told our history.
We're told someone's history, just not one that makes sense.
What's that?
No, we just not. I mean, anytime we ask questions about the historical context, they don't like to answer it because it just seems like, yeah, I guess that makes sense, but you know what? That doesn't. We can't answer that, so they don't answer.
And they bitched about Martin Luther King. I really don't recognize it because it's not a national holiday.
Mm-hmm.
But Christopher Columbus is. How somebody celebrating? America was already here when he came. He came and did some brutal stuff to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is, for a lot of people, they don't believe the mainstream media, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't believe the mainstream media now, or the news, or anything like that
Mm.
for a couple of years now, or say
Yeah.
9/11, the way it happened, or anything else,
Yeah.
so in the future, when in the history books, like if you have kids or grandkids and their history books has
Mhm.
our current news from like CNN,
Mhm.
MSNBC, Fox, and whatever,
Right.
then how do we know that our history that we learned in school is right
No, it
if it's
wasn't
been,
right.
yeah, I mean, so
It wasn't right because I know I learned about Crispus Atticus when I was in, I think, elementary school or something. Because you hear about the same people, Black history, and I say I know we had more blacks that did something in society, you know. But Crispus Atticus was the first one in the war,
mhm.
and he jumped in front of I guess a bomb, or they were firing. The other side was firing at him, and he saved his comrades. And they went up for Harriet Tubman. I mean, Harriet Tubman was good, and she up free to say she's tough like a man, though. But I think he should have been put on there. Because
The,
they said during the Civil War and stuff, the whites will run, and the blacks fought that war. We actually are more American than they are, because we fought those wars. The black people ran.
yep.
Yep. And we didn't learn that.
You know what's funny? I think I saw an article a while back that they were gonna make a Harriet Tubman movie. Sorry.
Oh, they made that crap. They used the African to play it. They could have got Viola Davis to play that role.
Well, I think the writer of the screenplay or one of the producers or something, were actually planned Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, then when I heard that, I'm like, man, I don't even want to see the damn movie. I don't want to see it, but the only thing other people disputed, she had in there, but there was a black slave that was going after say, but they did do that, because I remember the movie Roots. There were black slaves that got paid to go bring runaway slaves back, their own people. So they had to whip their own people. They didn't want to do it, but they had to. They fed up babies to alligators and stuff like that. I mean, it was some sick stuff being done. And you telling us we're not owed anything?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And we see justice not being
Yeah.
equally.
Yeah. And we weren't part of the Holocaust. We ain't had nothing to do with that. That was Germany. Germany just paid their debt. Why are we paying Israel? And then really, it's the Zionists getting the money, because they really ain't really do give the money to the real Jews.
Yeah.
So you got that in history, because I learned that about this woman called in Mike Rivera show. She was born in Bethlehem and lived there. She said some of the Jews and the Palestinians, we all lived together. My dad had Jewish friends. I think she was Palestinian. And we all got along, babysit each other's children, and had dinners together. And she was like, and then the Zionists came back in, and they just started taking over. They kept asking for a little bit of more land, and then it just went crazy, because they almost out of there, the Palestinians, and it's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah. I think. I mean, even the war in the Middle East is screwy. I mean, the United States supporting Israel supports Saudi Arabia. We have this idea that we're at war with Muslims, yet we don't have war with any Muslim countries in Asia.
No,
It's the Middle East.
no, but they kill more Christians in these Muslim countries, because there's a lot of Christians in these countries. They
Well,
kill more of them than Muslims.
and we see the Vatican play a part too. So we've
Yeah,
got
I know.
pretty
Mm,
much the Christians, Muslims,
mm,
Jews, at least the countries where they're just kind of the lead, I
mm.
guess, in all
Yeah.
that, and yet we're supposed to be all at war with each other with all these religious ideologies and whatnot. It makes no sense, and they're all pitching wars against their own type of religion, or at least different
Right.
sects of it. It's screwy. It is really
Yeah, 'cause
screwy.
I know they kill more Christians than Muslims. They were killing more Christians. And that because they don't believe, they're not really into religion. They're really not. And like somebody said, when you see Netanyahu meet up with the Pope, he never had a yarmulke on his head.
Yeah,
Mm.
sorry, I'm just blowing my nose.
And and also they telling about sending 14,000 troops to the Middle East. For the hell, what?
Yeah, we're not told what's going on. We're not.
I never. Well, you know, I got that from Sputnik, Russian news. So
Yeah.
yeah. And did you hear about the random shooting last night on the naval yard base in Hawaii?
I kind of caught wind of it,
It
but
was the active soldier that did it. Yeah, he killed. I think killed two. He killed himself, and the person's still in critical condition. He's an active soldier. I can't wait to hear his story. But I can go to Daily Mail. They always get that stuff that had the name of the person and whoever. And about 3 days in a row, there were school shootings in different states.
so Shirley, I want to ask you something because I question a lot of things, especially like the shape of the Earth. Oops, I didn't want that
I
stuff.
don't know what it is, flat, round. I don't know, but we're not told the truth.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go up in the damn space.
I do. It'd be interesting. What
I
I find
say
funny
right there,
is
I think about that movie Aliens. I think something is up there, and y'all gonna get something. They don't make some movies for nothing. I watch the movies they been coming out. They're not making up that shit for nothing. Nope. They want to go up there, go. I'm not. I don't want to go. Spending millions of dollars wanting to go up there. But like Cedric the Entertainer said in the Kings of Comedy, he was like, yeah, the white man going up there making spaceships and going up in the sky, and black folks will be up there with a Deuce 25 with rims and music going. We'll be up there wherever they go, we'll still follow. I was cracking up. I said, that is funny.
that is, dude. That would be awesome.
Yeah. We
I,
were right up there. They tried to get away from it, but we'll come follow right behind the Deuce 25 with some rims and some music going. I was like, he is crazy. He is so funny.
I mean,
Oh God.
if they made Spaceballs now, that's what should happen.
Yeah. He
Just the
wanted to
thought of
destroy the earth and go up
Just
there and destroy that up there.
a decked out
Shit.
spaceship.
Yeah. It don't make no sense.
Oh man.
Mm.
But yeah, I think it would be fun. I just find it funny that people who are big globe Earth believers. I'm a space junkie. All these space sci-fi movies, I love them. Even though I no longer believe in the space that's represented in movies and in stories, but still, I love it. I'd want to go even if it's fake. And I just find it funny that people who keep pushing that flat Earth has no merit, Earth is a globe, they don't even want to go up into space. I'm like, are you serious? Why wouldn't you want to go?
I know I don't. I don't do heights. So that's too far up for me.
I mean, at least if you're gonna fall from that height, you get a great view before you die. You look on the bright side of it, I guess.
I'm getting sick of this AI intelligence because I'm like this. Like somebody said, you think of the movie Terminator and RoboCop, those things, and they'll come out and be killing machines. They have no empathy. You can't teach a robot empathy.
Yeah.
And I think more blacks will be killed then when they get them out there in the street. They're trying to put them on the police force. And must have been a malfunction in the robot. No, 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 no. And I hate some self-checkout machines when you do something. No, please call the cashier. I'm like, oh my God. I might forget the cashier line. And
Yeah.
they think it's more, and they put more and more of them in the market. I'm like, that's more and more people losing jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have one person running, and she all over the place. She could be helping somebody that don't really know what they're doing. They be there for a while. You still stuck there. I'll get pissed. I want to get in and out. Supposed to be fast, but it's not. I mean, I think technology is good, but to a certain level. But when you start to make robots, people having sex with robots, what kind of shit is that? I mean, it's just like, oh, y'all going too far with this. Too darn far. Too far. They got sex robots. I'm like, and there's probably some fools out there getting them that have money and trying to do something with it. You hear somebody have to be put in the hospital because they got clamps to one and they had to get it removed. Yeah, they're not thinking about this stuff. They malfunction. RoboCop malfunction. Terminator
But
malfunction.
RoboCop malfunctioned in a good way, though. Right?
Yeah, he did in a good way, but that wasn't reality. That's that could go another way, man. He did function in a good way, but that could go another way.
Same thing with Terminator. At least in Terminator 2, he functioned in a good way. You know, it just depends on how they're programmed.
But no, you can't. They malfunction. That program, it may start going off on you, and you think it's no. If you ain't got no feelings and no empathy, and some of these cops don't either. But when you talking about making a robot like that, oh no.
Well,
they're a killing machine.
Have you thought about humans as being AI and robots? Because if you think about it, right, if you're in the system and you are someone like a police officer or a soldier and you have to follow orders, and you're told to do something that, like, say you have to shoot a baby or shoot a elderly woman or something, and it's you kind of have to withhold your empathy. So what makes a human any different than a programmed robot when they're given orders and they don't stop to think about whether those orders are wrong or not? They just follow through.
Well, you have some in the military. They enjoyed it. They enjoy it. It's like them people the ones that Chelsea made and released that videotape. They were shooting those water reports and they was excited and they ain't getting in trouble. And they knew that was reporters. They had shot after a bit. I heard them and that chop, and I'm like, damn, that's messed up.
So don't you think that certain humans are worse than programmed robots? If they
they can be. They can be.
Yeah.
But I just say AI. No, I'm not for that. I don't want no robot because I think Giant Market has one. A real tall one just walking around. I'm like, that shit is eerie, man. I don't like this. Feel like I'm in the Jetsons. And the Jetsons, that was telling us about what was going to happen. That cartoon.
Yeah, I remember that.
Living up in space, and the robot made. Yeah.
Just new people on D Live, which is interesting. K-pop Nightmare.
I can't get in there because I don't remember my password.
Yeah, I know.
They remember they said once you don't remember it, you can't get another one. I'm like, darn.
Yeah. You may have to just create a new one. That's okay though. I mean, it's still relatively new, so I think if you started a new one,
I probably have to use a different email account.
Oh yeah,
maybe I use my Gmail.
Yeah.
Cause I was D Live, and then I was freely.com. That's another one. There's conservatives and the left over there. But it's majority conservative. I'd like to hear their views too. I'd like to know what they be thinking. Mm. I look at both sides. Cause that's like it looks like Facebook has set up with a different color.
Oh, sorry, I'm just interacting with some of the people chatting.
Um,
So, like, what happens to like your husband Curtis's emails and stuff like that? Like, did he leave you
well, that's
information?
no, because that was up in the air. Because that's one thing he didn't communicate about his business. But good thing he saved a lot of stuff in his cell phone, like his bank accounts and
Mm-hmm.
things. Because he just handled the money himself at his shop. He didn't
Yeah.
trust anyone else, and especially his partner, because he ain't full of crap. Because he has a business he uses, and he uses it for home, for bills for home,
Yeah.
and and since he's been in the hospital, now his partner never wanted to do the job. He'll mess him up, or he don't do it at all, and whatever. Now he's doing it now. All of a sudden you stepping up when Curtis in the hospital, and he'll tell them people, "Oh, write the check in my name. We will be going in tomorrow and say he gonna send invoices, but put it the way you always gave it to Curtis. Don't give it to him, 'cause they never dealt with him." Mm-mm. And it's these Africans, they own the business down here on Broad Street for years, and he's been dealing with them for a long time. He does work for them, and then he's billed them at the end of the month. And he even told my daughter, his partner, that year that he used it for his personal account, but I'm gonna have him put the check in my name. What you need it in your name for? His son has the same last name. He's gonna be like the executive of his estate.
Yeah. Hopefully all that gets settled pretty good.
Yeah, because I'm like, because he didn't really tell us nothing, so we working. I just wish he had his stuff in there, because I was like, you need to, but while you got this going and we still living, you need to do a power of attorney of whoever you want to be power of attorney you trust between us that get you, able to get your money. That's what my grandmother did way before she died, because she said, hey, I ain't gonna get around no more. We gotta go to this bank and I make you power of attorney. You pay my bills. And that's what we did. She had to sign the paperwork. They had the paperwork at the bank, and we both signed it. And I was able to cash her checks and bring her money, because she always want cash in our apartment. And made sure her bills was paid. Yeah, so that's all he had to do. But I just don't understand it. He just was hard headed. Even his former friend, I talked to her last night. She said, "Yeah, when he was a kid, we all grew up, and he was hard headed always." I said, "I know, he still is. He still was. They want to listen." Mm. Nope. Mm. But now I'm glad he's resting in peace, because he was tired. He was always tired, staying late. And I'm like, why are you the only one staying there? You got your partner. What the hell you got a partner for?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he go on vacations. I know my husband just like to work, but he's always thinking about making money. Because he said, I never want to work for nobody else, because he worked for a company for like almost 30 years,
Mm-hmm.
and they just shut shop. And he had his shop already, but if he was doing that on the side, but then he got to make it full time.
Yeah.
Because he said, I'm never working for nobody else again. And I understand that the way these jobs are. And he was so happy when he found out when he was in the hospital that my son got the job with GM. Because he had worked there before. I think he worked in the office part, though. But he had worked there before, so he was so happy. So that's time, because he was worried about him if he passed or something happened to him. Will he step up and be a man? Because he really ain't had time with him working all the time in the place he put in 30 years that he missed things with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and now, and he really didn't have time to sit there and talk, like, show him how to change a tire. He just taught him that now, and this man is 27 years old. But I think he was watching him and learning anyway, and I think when he was dying, which I saw the night before, that he was proud of him. He knew he would step up and take over what he was doing, but he ain't gonna do it like he did.
Yeah.
Because we all over the place trying to find, we did, yeah, but he saved a lot of stuff in his notes on his phone. But she saved it on paper too. I don't think he did, but that's why when he lost his phone, he went crazy. Everything in there I need, everything I need. But that was good. He has it because I called people up that called him that knew him, and I knew they were his customers, good customers, and I called and spoke with them. So but and they're gonna try to keep it going. But I don't know if my son could do it because he's still gonna work at GM. But I don't want that to mess up in that. But I think everything be all right. I think he passed away. He was at peace. And when we went to see him when he passed, I was like he's getting that well rest he needs because he had gotten insomnia with that infection too. He would go to
Yeah.
sleep, he knocks out and wake up, and I'm like, well, he's sitting in the office in the back, and he's sitting up and he's sitting there sleeping. The cat, he knows something will happen because he's still sleeping back there, waiting for him to come back. Then he's not coming back home. Yeah. Yeah, the animals and babies and stuff, they do know if something happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. There's when I always look at nature and I look at animals, and a lot of animals have just an instinct of certain things.
Mhm.
Like, we have no idea how they know.
Right.
People guess, scientists guess. That's what they have to do. They can't test it. I mean, you've got birds that always know where north is. They know
Storm, yeah, or a storm coming.
they know to go back to a certain area to
Yep.
spawn, like fish and things like that. Or like, there's a specific island. When they're old enough, they 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 go back in order to, like, an island or a specific place to give birth. And it's like, how do they
Mhm.
know that? It's like, imagine a baby being born in, say, Houston, Texas, and they leave they at like age 2 days. I mean, 2 days, not
Hmm.
2 years, and then they get raised. They're raised all on their own, I guess, not by their parents, and then they're told
Right.
nothing of that place. And they go back and they go, yeah, I know how to get back here. It's like, how? So yeah, it's just kind of amazing. Yet people think that there's nothing like that for humans, and I just kind of like, why? Why would humans not have some innate sense of something that they know about, where almost every animal out there have their own sense? I mean, and I think of like a mayfly that lives only for a day, 24 hours.
Mhm.
I mean, how much can he accomplish in a day? And how does a species like that survive? Where basically, if the entire species, if something bad happens in a day, like just bad weather that they can't handle, it's like that
Right.
entire species should be just extinct. Yet they survive. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's just, nature can be amazing sometimes. Yeah, with
Yeah, it
different
can.
animals. Yeah.
And you don't hardly see bees. We need bees to survive. You
Hmm.
don't like being stung by them, but you do need them.
Yeah,
Mm.
just
Mm.
pollinators.
Yeah, because
Uh,
you don't hardly see any.
and certain plants and trees or whatever need humans to actually work with the plant in order for them to survive. And so, how did it ever get to that point where they needed human interaction to actually survive? I mean,
Mm.
how are they surviving before humans? It's just I don't
There
know.
was this one. This was this one young girl that came with Bill Myers. She was talking about the bees. You must save the bees because we having a shortage of them. And she really broke down and explained what it was. I said, man, she know her stuff about them bees. But she said we need them to help us survive. I
Yeah,
guess with the pollinating and stuff, yeah.
I think
Because
we
you
need
don't
a
hardly see them.
yeah. I mean, I think we need a lot of things. I think
And
uh,
nature.
yeah, nature. I think we've in the past. I think we all work together with all these different types of animals and insects and things like that. Yet now we're
Then,
just kind of
then, then man is knocking down where they lived at because I think it spotted two black bears in Delaware.
hmm
Yep. And then they don't go in places like that. And like we have red foxes that run around here because I saw them for the first time. My husband, my son was like, oh, we knew that when they were around. Even my daughter. I'm like, well, y'all never told me. Because somebody had put it on Ring.com, picture of it in a lawn. I said, that's what I saw that night. My son was telling me, no, you saw something else. I think he told me I saw a dog or something. I said, no, dogs ain't going to go up and walk under cars. That looked like some kind of other animal. And that wasn't no possum or nothing. We got all that stuff around there. I said, they knocking down stuff around where they live at, so they got to go migrate somewhere else. They come in the city. Yeah, so I better get my butt off here. I gotta go arrange his funeral tomorrow. I mean
yeah.
later on, rather. Yeah.
Tell me how it goes.
Uh,
You know, you're always welcome here, Shirley, to talk
I
about
know I
anything.
am. Yeah.
All right, have a
Well, I had
good
to let you know that.
yeah. Have a good night. Have a good rest, and tell me how everything goes. And
Okay.
maybe share a few memories of Curtis. That's not like Trump and mainstream media related. You know, like
Yeah.
how you guys
Yeah.
met and married and all that jazz. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. That's a simple story. It was
Yeah,
like something romantic, but
but even
we just hit it off. We was in the same kind of music, and I was listening like Aerosmith and them. He's like, "Wow, you the first black chick I dealt with that listen to that stuff." Because I listen to that stuff too.
yeah.
I'm listening to all kinds of music. I grew up in a house of music, so I put it take it down to my kids. The music ain't like it used to be before.
hmm
I think the '90s was the end. The '90s of good music.
Yeah, I when I
Yeah.
play music with my kids, it's usually the older music. I don't think it's any of it's
Yeah.
like in the 2000s. Most of it's like
Mm-mm. Mm.
90s and earlier. Mostly stuff from the
Yeah.
70s and some
Then
with
the
this.
'80s. The
Yeah.
'80s was the vibe. The Cars, Duran Duran, and who
I'm actually
I,
uh having my kids listen to stuff way earlier than that, you know, even stuff back in like the 60s and 50s even. They
yeah,
love it.
because we like Jefferson. What was it? Jefferson Starship had that song. We love listening to all that kind of stuff because they were like kind of peaceful. They was telling the things that was going on in that era time, but the same stuff they was singing about still going on there. Like Marvin Gaye, what's going on? The wars and stuff
Mhm.
still going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they don't talk about stuff like that no more.
Yeah, Billy
It's like
Joel.
they like
Remember, we didn't
war.
start the fire. I mean, that stuff
Yeah, I
still rings
love that
true.
song. I saw him in concert. Oh God, that was so good. I said he's short. I thought he was tall. He was short. But he came here to Philly. And I saw him. Yeah, one time. My girlfriend, her cancer came out of remission and spread to her lungs, so she was going to every concert she could. And we went to the concert. We didn't talk about her cancer or anything. We just had a good time, and she really had a good time. She couldn't sit down. That was a nice concert, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I got his box set too. Billy Joel. Mm.
All right, go to bed. Go
All
get
right,
some
I'm going
rest.
to bed.
All
Yeah, all
right,
right.
I'll talk with you later,
Okay.
Shirley.
Okay. Do you go on Twitter?
I'm sorry. What?
Do you go on Twitter?
I am streaming on Twitter. What do you mean? Do I go on
I
Twitter?
will, I will, I will message you on Twitter.
Oh, DM. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
I'm still on. Oh yeah, Twitter. Yeah, I'm still on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, what's? It's late. It's
Yeah.
3:14 here. I should go to
Yeah.
bed too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to bed.
All
I'm
right.
still picking up on my sleep though. All right.
All
Have a
right.
nice weekend.
You too. Good night, Shirley.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right. I'm just looking at Sooty Granite. Fox is a problem down under here. Is that so many Australians watch my show? I don't get it. Sooty Granite, are you oh man, it is late. I'm starting to forget stuff. Um Ryan? Are you Ryan? Ryan Bannock? Shoalhaven River on Twitter. I should look on Twitter. Shoalhaven. Ah, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Let's see. No. Oh, Grant Jarvis. Ah, okay. Got it. Well, yeah, that sucks. Having people pass away that you love, and it is part of life, you know. But I think it should be a good thing to remember when someone passes away. Just all the, I mean, if there's sadness, there's joy, and if there's joy, that's great for the people who are still living on, and that's great for the person who passed away, because I mean, when you're born into this world, you're born into a system you have no control over, no say with, and it's a tough world. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but it doesn't seem like it should be, but it is. It's made that way on purpose, it seems. But you know, despite all that, despite all the hardships, the struggles, the pain, you know, there's those moments of joy, and that is just kind of why we're glad we're here. We've been here, and you know, there's only so much joy I guess some people can handle, and it's whether you, I don't know. I guess there's a balance. It's like, are you just too tired of the pain, that the joy is just not enough to keep you going, type of thing, right? Let's see. Good night, Bill Groiper. Hey, random inner tubes. Anyways, it always question. I mean, if you want to change things as far as this world goes, whether it's politically or whatever, I think you should take a step back. You know, move that question back a little bit. It's like, why hasn't it been changed in the past? I mean, if you want to change things now, why didn't it change in the past? And if they said it did change in the past, then what happened? Why did it fail? And if it never happened, you have to ask yourself, why didn't it ever happen? And why isn't it still never going to happen? I mean, you can try and reach out, try to be, try to be a content creator, and see how well you do. Keep at it. I mean, I talked with content creators before. I helped them out. They go, yeah, just keep at it. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you'll get a following. And then, yeah, I do, but it's not like anywhere near the numbers that they made. And it's not feeding people, talking about things that people want to hear. It's usually I'm at the point where I'm making content of stuff you really don't want to hear. You don't want to question. You don't want to think a little bit further than what's presented to you, and you're not gonna like that. But the one thing that I will, I guess, mention quite often is that there's hope, there's joy in all this. There's, even if you don't know where your purpose is, where you are, who you are, what you're doing here, what you can do here, what you're allowed to, what you're not allowed to, whether it's real or not real, all of that stuff is, you just keep asking questions, really. And if you think you know the answers, sometimes I think I know the answers. I do. I had ayahuasca experiences, 3 of them, and I think it changed me in so many ways for the better, and what to do, what not to do, and how I want to live my life. Even the idea of fear, just not fearing anything. Like, I'm ready to embrace death, but but first, if you want to embrace death, you have to embrace life. Because if once you embrace life, you don't have anything to fear with death, and that's just a knowing. Call it gnosis. But I still don't call myself an agnostic or Gnostic. I still call myself an agnostic, which may not make sense, but really, nothing really does make sense in this place. But anyways, I do like talking with people. So come on in if you do want to talk, and we're gonna go a lot of places and find out what each place is. At least try to. We may never get there, but I don't think we were meant to. I mean, if we were meant to find out, it should be easy. And maybe we're just overthinking it. Maybe we do know what this place is, and it really is easy, and we've just all been overthinking it too much. And there's just so much. I could probably do a live stream, 3-4 live streams a day for the rest of my life, and I don't think we'll ever get close to knowing anything. Isn't that sad? I mean, it's a little sad, but it's also amazing as well, because we'll still talk about it. We'll still think. We'll still ask questions. We'll still ponder. We'll still wonder. We'll still find amazement in how crazy it all is, and until the point where you're just taken out. You're taken out of here. They'll find a way, and whether you want to go or you don't want to go, how hard are you gonna want to fight it? I guess it's kind of a good thing, right? If you want to keep fighting, because there's a purpose, there's a reason for you to fight. I mean, people give up a lot, give up hope, and I think that's just kind of something that's sadder than that's probably the saddest thing. People who give up hope, because they just I don't know. Maybe there's something that's sadder. What if all you had was just hope, and that hope never came? I mean, is that as sad as someone who has absolutely no hope at all? Questions to ponder. Anyways, it's late. I'm tired. Maybe you're tired. And this transitioning from YouTube to multiple platforms where people are talking on DLive, people are talking on Twitch, people are still talking on YouTube. It can be overwhelming for me to just kind of interact, and that's all I think we should be doing. We should be interacting with each other some more, and we can interact with each other and rub against each other and just hate, but really that's not going to do anything good for anybody. So let's just find some common ground, find ways to enjoy each other's company. What's the point of going into someone's channel or chatting with other people and just not enjoying someone's company? I mean, I know there are a few of you that enjoy people's misery for just comedic or whatever purposes, but you might want to be a little bit careful about that stuff. And we'll probably talk about more of that later. But anyways, thank you for joining me on this one, and we'll see you another time.